Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles at GMS Great Millstone that rule well. And peace, love, and salutations to the brethren that are out there, the elect that are pushing this truth and sincerity and charity and faith. This lesson was inspired by both the dream I had and this lesson that this brother did that I'm about to play, that one of the brothers shared on the group chat. But basically, man, I'm gonna say, take heed. All right, we're entering a time of persecution, and there's a lot of different insincere camps out there, and just take heed on who you're listening to, who you're following, lest you fall. All right, lest you be cast into the prisons and put to death, which we know through the prophecies there's going to be martyrs and things of that nature. But I'm going to go ahead and play the video. After that, I'll break down my dream and pull out a few scriptures, Lord willing, to be edifying and a boost to uplift the elect.
All right. Well, as far as the real men of the Lord, because you got different pseudo-Israelite groups out there that don't have 100% truth. All right, you see them. All right, well, the real men of the Lord are following in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. All right, the real men of the Lord is simply preaching the truth. And we could say here at Great Millstone, the Lord is dealing with Great Millstone. And the Lord gave us 100% truth. All right, so we're not out there with guns. We're not out there trying to plan, overthrow the government. We're simply prophesying and using our rights to proclaim this truth and lift up that banner, which is this truth. So, verse 17, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. All right. So there's men out there. All right. There's these pseudo-Israelite groups like IUIC, which I believe that they're working with the Esau. I believe they were set up and bought out. All right. They're going to turn certain brothers in. All right. They're going to turn certain brothers that are in the truth, that are of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. They're going to turn them in. All right, to be brought up to these different councils. All right, to these different judges. All right, the high officials. All right, of the government. All right, there's men out there that's going to betray the men of the Lord. That's why the scriptures say, "But beware of men." All right, because that's in the red letter right here in the book of Matthew 10. That's Yahweh Shai. He's prophesying. He's speaking in the spirit. All right, because the things that was written aforetime is written for our learning. All right, and a wise man will take heed. It says, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. Verse 18, and ye shall be brought before governors. And the people in this world, love. They gonna be like, what are you doing in this? Verse 22, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. All right, so we have to endure. All right, because we're in the beginning stages of being hated from all nations, which we already are hated. All right, the men of the Lord, been prophesying, for a long time now, going back to Elder Abba Bibbins all the way up to the Elder Apostle Tahar and down. All right, been prophesying, coming up against these nations, scoffers. All right, but now it's made public, it's publicized. It's an epidemic now. It's a controversy. All right, and it's making people choose sides. And what they're doing, they're coming up against the Israelites. All right, and really in the spirit, they're coming up against the elect. All right, because the elect are the only ones that have the true names of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. So it says, ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. But and here's the point of the video. All right, because we shall be as pilgrim. Brothers, some brothers ain't going to be delivered, and captured by Esau, the so-called white man. Some brothers are actually going to, escape that, but they're still gonna go into Jacob's trouble, the collapsing of America.
So, the dream I had, man, was similar, which, I was going to do a lesson on it originally, but, the Spirit had me wait. And then upon seeing this video, man, the Spirit was just stirred up within me. I had the Rakakwadash to, speak on it. And especially, I'm trying to do these morning videos, uplift brothers in the morning or whatever the case might be. All right, through the Spirit. And I'm just going to go ahead and break it down, man. But, this dream that I had, it was real short. It was real short, but it was seemed very real and powerful. And it was me and a group of brothers. And I don't remember exactly who was with me. But we walked up and we saw, one of these pseudo-Israelite camps, which the word pseudo means insincere. Okay, so we saw, one of these groups. And there were a few young brothers. I believe there was 3 or 4 of them that were listening to them, and going in to follow them. And we had some words exchanged with them. I don't remember exactly what, but right after that, we kind of parted ways, but we were still kind of watching from afar. And after a while, we watched the heads of that pseudo-Israelite camp put those young brothers into a prison house. It was like a cell that they had in their own area, which it was kind of weird because the area that they were in was it looked like a dump. It had different piles of trash and stuff. Like, if you went to the dump in your neighborhood, that's what it looked like. And but there was a prison in there, and they put them in that prison. And after a little bit of time passed, me and the brothers I was with, man, we went over there and we let them out. We unlocked the doors, we pulled them out, and the chains just came off of them. I don't remember if we had a key and we pulled the chains off with that or what the case was. I just remember they got out of there, and there were shackles too. It was shackles around their hands, around their legs, and they basically couldn't even really move. But we let them out, and the dream ended. And not for any vainglory, man. At the end of the day, it reminded me of Paul when he was incarcerated, and the brothers were praying for him, and an angel came and delivered him, and the chains fell right off of him. He came and walked out. So this is some of the the power in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. You might be locked up or whatever the case might be, and the Spirit, Yahweh has power over all, man, and that's why we got to maintain a heavy portion of that faith. But let's go ahead. Let's grab a couple scriptures, and dig a little bit deeper into it. All right, because just the main point of what I'm pulling out here, man, is to take heed, man. Really listen and observe the guys that you're following. All right, ask questions. All right, and see how they answer them. This is 1 John 4:4. It says, "Ye are of Yahweh, little children, and have overcome them." And what is the them? It's talking about the world. It says, "Because greater," and so it's talking about the elect. The elect has overcame the world in the spirit. All right, and we're waiting to overcome them in the flesh. All right, which will be by the hand of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Because like the brother said, man, our weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Okay, we've been in many accounts where we got attacked, man. We had a brother get stabbed at camp a couple weeks ago, and that knife, the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai delivered that brother, man. The knife didn't even enter into his body. There was, I think, a tiny little prick on him, and this individual that stabbed him, they got a hold of him in enough time to stick him at least a few times. By the time I had grabbed him and thrown them to the ground and pulled that knife from their hand, and then they ran off. But we don't deal carnally with anybody, man. We don't carry no concealed weapons when we go out there. We don't carry no knives. All right, and that's just a testimony to that. But going on, it says, "Because greater is He that is in you," right? Just like I said, man, greater is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai that is within you. All right. Another example is what happened with Elisha and Elijah. They went and they had a whole army come against them, And one of the younger brothers, I don't remember if it was Elisha or if it was Elisha's servant, but they were in fear, being in their flesh. They were in fear, and because they saw that great army, and the elder brother that was there just kind of laughed, and prayed for the Most High to open his eyes. And when he opened his eyes, he looked around and he saw all the angels of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai that turned out to blind that whole army, and they just walked right out of there. All right, so greater is he that is within you than he that is within the world. All right, which is Esau, man. Esau's blessing is carnal, our blessing is spiritual. All right, verse 5, it says, they are of the world, therefore speak they of the world. Okay, so those that are of the world, they're going to speak of the world, no matter if they're Esau. All right, if they're proclaiming to be Israelites, all right, they're going to be speaking worldly things. All right, they're not going to be bringing out the fruits of the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay, and this is one of the ways that you know them. As we go on, it'll say that. It says, therefore they speak of the world, and the world heareth them. Right, they're pushing these different things out to be appealing in the eyes of the world. Okay, but we're not associated with that, man. We're not out there to be appealing to the eyes of the world. We're out there to be appealing to the eyes of the elect. Okay, and if you're out here to join some fancy club and wear some fancy garments and spit some raps at Passover, then go ahead and go join those that have the fancy gimmicks of the world, because that ain't what we do here at GMS Great Millstone. Verse 6, it says, we are of Yahweh, he that knoweth Yahweh heareth us. Right, at the end of the day, man, he that knows Yahweh's gonna cause those men to hear the word of Yahweh, no matter who they're coming out of. Okay, which at this time is the elders and the apostles, trickling all the way down to all the brothers of Great Millstone, man. All right, and those that cleave unto that doctrine. It says, he that is not of Yahweh heareth us not. Right, that's why we're not worried, man. We don't get worried and put all these worldly gimmicks out in an attempt to draw people towards us. We go out there and do the works of the Spirit, and it's going to draw the elect towards us, because they will hear the word of Yahweh, and the 2/3 won't. All right, so really it's just a sifting process. Yahweh will bring you to us, and Shaitan will sift you out if you're not of the Heavenly Father, man. So it's really just a way to bring the pure through, just like the gold miners. The gold miners, they would have those little I don't really know what they're called, but those trays, and they would pick up a whole group of like rocks and dirt and sift it back and forth, and eventually all that would be left was the big pieces and the gold. Then they would pluck the gold out, man. That's all we're trying to grab, is that gold. Okay, and this is the way that we do it, through the Spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, because the world ain't gonna, those that are of the world, those that are not of the elect, aren't gonna hear these words, man. But the elect will. It says, hereby we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. So this is one of the keys that the man of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the message of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, now let's go ahead. Let's grab Proverbs 14, verse 15. I believe is what I'm looking for. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well unto his going. All right, so the simple man believeth every word, man. That's why I said ask questions. Ask questions, man. Even with us, ask questions, man. You'll get the breakdowns. You'll get the understanding if Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is dealing with you. All right, and the prudent man looketh well unto his doing. So look well into your doing, man. Take heed. Pray to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. Ask questions. All right, seek. Ask Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai to give you the discernment to not be false led. All right, but with that, Lord willing, this is edifying, man. Just a morning quick hitter. All right, and I'm gonna say, call halal yam Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles at GMS Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the elect. Shalom.